Big alarm bells for New Jersey. Fears are growing that the Democrat Party's nominee for governor, Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill, could lose to Republican opponent Jack Ciattarelli. Now, remember, he's come close before. Now he's got a reason to really move forward because she's making some big mistakes. One headline here, New Jersey flips red. Mikey Sherrill's gubernatorial campaign is imploding. All that, a headline. Another, Democrats are fretting about New Jersey governor's race. And one Democrat strategist told Axios, Sherrill has spent a fortune on polling and has no message beyond she flies helicopters and Ciattarelli loves Trump. How have we not learned that tired anti-Trump attacks aren't enough? Her campaign also has been marked by several significant scandals. She's been accused of using congressional funds on her gubernatorial campaign, inflating her military rank, and a cheating scandal that prevented her from walking in her 1994 Naval Academy graduation. Then there's her inflated wealth while in Congress. Raising money? You bet. It includes $7 million in stock trade gains. Here's how she tried to answer that back in May, because you knew the question was coming. Watch.
I'm not sure what they're talking about. I would guess that the root of that would be because some of my husband's payments from his company have been at stocks, which are immediately and automatically sold. But there is no individual stock trading.
Well, did you make $7 million in stock trades at all? Or?
I haven't. I don't believe I did, but I'd have to go see what that was alluding to again.
In the highly taxed state of New Jersey, you've got a woman who wants to be governor who doesn't know how rich she is. Power panel now. Tiffany Smiley, former Republican Senate candidate, and Al Motor, Democrat strategist. Al, it just gets deeper for Mikey Sherrill.
Look, I mean, the litany of things you put on the screen are far from ideal. She may still win. The headline that said she may be in trouble alludes to a poll that has her up by 8, 50-42. So it's by no means a sure thing that the thrice running Republican is going to finally get across the finish line here. And that's important, too. He's run and lost statewide, so the voters know who he is, and they've rejected him multiple times. The question is, can she overcome some of these slip-ups in which she has not handled herself perfectly?
Look, you often hear me call the state of New Jersey cobalt blue. I mean, I've lived there for 19 years. And in that time, a lot of Democrats have been in office, 3 out of the last 4 governors. And local politics reflective of that as well. He's come close, Ciattarelli. What will it take this time, Tiffany?
Yeah, look, I mean, he is the only candidate that actually has a plan to get New Jersey back on track. And when you look at places like Trenton, they want lower property taxes. They want their communities to be safe. And Ciattarelli is the only one that can deliver on that. You know, in 2022, I ran for U.S. Senate in deep blue, traditionally deep blue Washington state. And I became a voice for the voiceless. We brought together millions of people who wanted change, who wanted their voices heard. And although we fell short, the message was clear. Ciattarelli is catching fire. He is connecting with voters who want change. And he came very, very close. I actually ran into a Democrat operative, Harris, not that long ago in New York City, who ran all the attack ads against me. And he said, we were so scared, you were so close, and we wondered why your party didn't come in and help you more in Washington state. So when I look at what I'm doing now with Endeavor PAC, I'm helping candidates in blue states because we have to champion our American ideals, and we have to push back as a conservative, as a Republican Party. We have to push back and build a red wall against these far left woke policies and help candidates like Ciattarelli get across the line. I think he absolutely has an opportunity. You look at the times that we're in now, just screaming Trump and saying he's friends with Trump isn't going to win. Voters are feeling the pain at every level in their lives, and he has the plan. He's catching fire. The message is really connecting with the voters, and I think he has a real opportunity here.
And you know, when you look at South Shore Jersey in particular, there are a lot of Republicans who are gaining office now. And so you're right. if they come out for him in droves, and he's got the endorsement of Trump. We'll see. You mentioned, Al, this poll, so let's show everybody. It's a recent Fox News poll showing that Mikey Sherrill still leads Jack Ciattarelli by 8 points with likely voters. However, by that same margin, a larger share of Ciattarelli supporters say they are more enthusiastic about actually going to the polls and voting. That suggests that this race still could be the best opportunity for Republicans this November. Al.
It is. You're not going to win. The Republicans are not going to win the race in Virginia for governor. And typically, in these off-year elections, these odd-year elections, which come 1 year after every presidential, the party that lost the presidency typically wins both of these governor races. So it would be a pretty big deal if she were to stumble. She needs to focus on some of the same issues that Tiffany was talking about. Focus on voters' anger. Focus on affordability. Focus on pricing and the ability to buy a home or rent a home or buy your groceries. If she can do that and stick to that message, she'll be fine. If she has to focus on defending herself, she might not be.
If she has to count money, it's going to be a problem. She doesn't know if she has $7 million in gains or not. Goodness gracious. Great to see you both outnumbered after the break.